Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm at spawn here on the FTOG Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode server. And I wanted to mention, the spawn here because we had people joining the server, and if you happen to spawn up high on here and not down on the main floor, the best thing to do is to type spawn and boom, now you're down here. Here, let's get out of the beams. Okay, and now it's safe. Otherwise, people jump off and they die, which is not a great way to start on the server. I have come to the server a bunch of times, mainly for when working on blood magic, because you can see my hearts are going like crazy because there's a regen in this area, which certainly helps, especially if you're hurt and you want to heal fast. Here's the place to be. Let's go back home. And I'm going to put on my armor because I always like having my armor on. It just, doesn't look like me in the armor. Anyway, what I do want to do, turn the glider off. One of the things that I've been preparing, I went over here and I discovered that these two chunks are slime chunks. This chunk here, oh, that's a nice little light glitch. And that chunk there are slime chunks. And so I'm thinking it would be fun because I'm typically pretty close to these. So I might be able to put a platform down there or multiple platforms and see about harvesting those slimes into mana. So I'm curious to see how that works. And since I've got two next to each other, I'll do them both. And there's a pig down there. I wonder how we got him. Anyway, I started up here and it went down and there was a server crash and I had to reset things down there. And one of the things I noticed after the server crash, and I don't know if it was because of the server crash or because mobs were spawning down here, I lost the diamond pick on my turtle. And I wondered if it was because it was, and I saw it, there was a skeleton at one point and it was just hitting the skeleton and killed it. I wonder if it took durability. I've never heard of that before. The picks in this pack have 1 durability on them. They're not really meant to be used. They're just meant for crafting. So I wonder if it took some durability damage and disappeared. Or it was something about the server crash and it was in a weird state and I lost the pick on it. I also lost some steel I was compressing and some alloy, and I could just remake all of those things. I don't care. So I had to make another pick and reset it. It also lost its label. So I don't know. Anyway, maybe drop a comment. I don't know. I am going to move that over to here and get that working. However, I'm going to do that later just in case this happens to be an issue with mobs. I spent a bunch of time yesterday as this was mining, standing here in the middle. And you can see there's some caves that were exposed, running around, lighting up all of those, getting rid of all the spawnings that were happening down there, just to prevent it from breaking again. That's my guess. Anyway, so I'll be doing that afterwards. One of the things that I was looking at is I was going, what do I miss? And what do I find that's annoying that I would like to get rid of? And I pointed out that that nice regen there at spawn, and I was thinking, I would like to have something like that here. So one of the things I did is I took one of my resident machine frames and stone, and that gives me a machine frame from RF Tools. So if we snag that and come over to a little bit of precious stuff, and now I've got the environmental controller. And if we hit shift, it allows you to put in some modules that do things. And I have 2 here, regeneration and saturation. That way I don't have to eat and I don't have to really worry about healing. It just happens automatically. So let's take 2 of these syringes off. This is the regeneration module. And for that, you need a syringe with an iron golem's blood in there, or red liquid, whatever it happens to be. If we look at R for this, it's a pretty simple thing to make these syringes, and I made 6 of them. And then I spawned an iron golem up there and hit him a bunch of times to get this regeneration module. And are you a shapeless? No, get in there, you. No, it looks like it actually wants the shape. Okay, so we'll put it right there. This is the Regen Plus Costs a little bit more RF per tick, but that's okay. Did the same thing with a zombie because the zombie gives me the saturation. And it was night at one point, and I saw a zombie on the map, and so I ran over there, and he happened to be in a cave. So I said, fine, let's go ahead and grab you. Punched him a bunch of times. He had a spider friend. But that's okay. I just hit him with my sword, and sadly, this hasn't taken any durability damage. This has taken 6. Let's see, my leggings have taken, yeah, they've taken 6 as well, and my boots are fine. I don't know why. I have no idea. Anyway, it makes me sad that there's not a way of mending stuff. I really like mending. Anyway, so this is a little subfloor I have here. These ovens are poking down, and the capacitor bank extends down into here. I decided to pull it out to here. This is where I'm going to put my environmental controller. And let's grab that and put that right there. And it's currently set for a radius of 50. That's too much. I'm going to do a radius of 5. That works really well. That should be an 11 by 11 area and centered above me. So I believe 67, I don't need the tab, and 68, and we'll do over here 67. That should be what I need. That should be my feet and head space on floor above. And so right above here, it should be a good area where I have both of these modules. Oh, say, speaking of which, doink, doink, let's put those 2 modules in place. And this is, you know, players that have this don't get the effects. Right now, everybody would get the effects. I'm going to change it to whitelisting, and I'm going to put in here, Grok, DuckFarmer. And so now, if I plus that, I'm the only one that get it. Because I'm a terrible, stingy person, nobody else will get it. But this is how you can gate this on various people. And if you had some friends nearby, let's go ahead and say, you know, Mekle jumps onto my base and wants to grab some stuff out of a drawer, he can get the benefit too. And if, you know, Fulano comes around, then, you know, he can also get it. Yay, whatever. So you can set it up how you want. I'll just leave it like that. That's fine. I do want to plop that there and start this getting power. And these are, yeah, these are the really low level ones, but it's consuming 5 tick. 5 RF per tick. That's, wow. Don't bonk your mouse when you're doing stuff. So 5 RF a tick, I don't care. That's perfectly fine. Let's patch this because we need that. And let's go back home. There we go. And if we go down, put that there. Here, I don't get it. Let's see how soon I get the effect. Oh, I can see a little bit of pattern moving just underneath it. That's kind of cool. Okay, do I get it here? No. If I hit N for night vision, there we go. There's my night vision. I don't know why it wasn't on. Why am I... Oh, there's my... I can see it in the top left corner. So I wonder, oh, 20 seconds worth. It says a radius of 5. I'm thinking that's not true, because if that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, yeah, no, that would be about right. So if I'm in the room, it should do it. It's all gone. So I'm just outside the room. If I step right here, it should turn on. And it doesn't look like it is. So if we count that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we stand right here. Okay, so it's a radius of 5 counting the center block. So that's a 9 by 9. Which is fine. I might make that 1 block higher. You know, this works. Interesting. That's not showing 5. I would expect it. Oh, because that's pulling from down below, and this is a separate capacitor bank. They touch each other. I've got a tool. You can see how they're touching, and all 3 of those are pushing into this one here. But it's not going to give me that 5 count because it's coming from below. All right. Well, there we go. That makes me very happy. Oh, got the people slept before I could pull out my sleeping bag, uh, and that's something that I've been wanting to have for a while. Is that regen? One thing that you could do also is you could set up others. Let's just take a look at module. Module. Look at all those modules. So there's the regen module. We saw a speed module. Not that big of a fan of speed. Haste, if you were to set this up where you're mining, that would be very handy. Okay, what does haste? Oh, needs a diamond pickaxe. What about you? Yeah, efficiency 3 on diamond pickaxes. We looked at the saturation, flight, or no, this is feather falling. Chicken? Yeah, so you just get the blood from the chicken. Flight, what do we need? Oh, gassed. So you need to sit there and syringe the gas. I thought about flight, but to make that really useful, you would have to sit there and really extend it around and make it large. And then the power consumption is much higher. Peaceful, everything's lit up, so I don't care. However, this one is fairly complex because you have to find all sorts of different uh, different people to syringe, and I was going, water breathing. This I have used. It's been a long time, but when I was doing a lot of underwater building of stuff, that made life really easy. Although with modern versions of Minecraft, you just set up the water conduit, and that gives you water breathing underwater. Really nice. Night vision. I've got that on my helmet. Just turned it on. Blindness. I guess if you set this up in the reverse so everybody else gets blindness, because why would you put blindness on yourself? Weakness, if you've got mobs, poisoning, slowness. I really don't see any use for those. Anyway, I might move this one block down just to get rid of those little swirly bits. It's just enough to make it kind of annoying. But anyway, so that was one of the things that I was looking at doing. One of the other things I wanted to do was upgrade my, not upgrade, but I wanted to get a market so I could get some more seeds and whatnot. And the thing that I was looking at let's go upstairs. I was looking at this and I was going, there's a very good chance that the watering can's going to get eaten up with this. I hope it's treated like a bucket, because you got a bucket that's filled, and then when you craft something, you get the empty bucket back. That would be perfect, because this is a watering can that's full of water. So it would be great if it gave me back a watering can that's empty. And if it just eats up the watering can, then I'm going to go find and punch a chicken, because that would be really annoying. Let's see how it goes. Excuse me for a little second while I go punch me a chicken for a while. Okay, no chickens were actually harmed in making of that, but yes, I knew it was going to consume it, but I'm glad to have the market, because now I can go through and I can find all sorts of different veggies of any sort of seeds that I want. I can now get them. Oh, what was that? Cottonseed. Oh, okay. For a split second, I thought that was one of those Mistcraft. No, which was the Agricraft. No. Mystical agriculture. There we go. I thought it was one of those seeds. I was going, really? I didn't think that was in the pack. So lots and lots and lots and lots of different seeds that I can get for a single emerald each, which makes it so much easier than what I had to do, which was come into here. Blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries was easy to get because I didn't need a seed at all. What I did was I took two of the blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries from my bushes, because all three of them were close. I've been using blueberries for my food. Well, blueberry juice. Anyway, two of them together give you the Pam's Harvest Craft one, and then these guys you can just shapelessly craft into a seed if you just put it. Why don't you show that? It's always the last thing I want. So you just put that in the crafting, you get your seed out, and now you can actually, using AgriCraft, you can go ahead and grow those various seeds. Anyway, so this one, the candleberry, that took a little bit because I had no candleberry seeds, and it's not one of the ones that grow out there. But you can take grapes and cactus fruit and you can make it. Well, I didn't have either ones. Cactus fruit is bamboo shoots and kiwi seeds. I just made the kiwi seeds for the watering can, so I got those. Bamboo shoots was one of those I looted from an agricraft place in the villages. So I grew the cactus fruit. And then grape and cactus fruit gives you the candleberry. Well, I didn't have grape. Cantaloupe I had, blueberry I had, so I went ahead and crossed that. And so I got my candleberry and boom, done. And I made a second watering can. It wasn't hard. I have the steel, I have everything for that, but that's nice to have. One of the things though that I do want to do is get into it's not tech, but it's a little bit magical. Nothing here, but let's come over here. I want to make this the teleposer, and it's just gold and 3 mana pearls. And you may be saying, but Grok, I only see 2. And you're right. But there's the third one with the blood magic. That will go ahead and make that. And that makes the teleposer. And I'm going to hold on to that. It makes the advanced machine casing, which I've done before, but this makes the teleporter. And I'm going to put that there and that there. And then we need 4 of these. And, oh yes, I need to make something. And it just so happens, thanks to bartering, whoops, one too far, bartering something from Linda, I have a leftover, nope, wrong one, this one up here. I had a leftover staff of traveling and 1 left travel anchor, and this makes the telepad block. Now, I do want to make a set of travel anchors. I like them. I like them a lot for jumping around the base. And if we look at the recipe for making them, that's not bad. I've got lots of conduit binder. It's just iron and pulsating crystals. Pulsating crystals is just signaling pulsating iron. And oh, darn it, I've not made the diamond ones before. Pulsating iron is from the alloy smelter, and it's just ender pearl and iron. I like this. I'm going to make a bunch of those around the base as necessary. In fact, I'm thinking I have it set up. This is an elevator going up, and I have it over here. I may put the travel anchor here and above and below, because you can use the travel anchors up and down. But I need to figure out if there's a way to hide this so I don't see I would have this floor where you could see it, but like where you can stand here, you can see these other guys. I don't want to see the ones above and below me, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is done. Oh, yes. Make the telepod block and put that there. And then I need these 2 other pieces. And for that, it's the QED. So let's go upstairs and take a look at my quantum ender diviner. And I'm going to put one. Let's take and steal you. No. There we go. This. Oh, I can hear it running. This makes the ender transmitter. And so I need one of those. And let me snag that redstone. I should have done the redstone first, but there's the ender transmitter. Nether quartz goes underneath, redstone goes there, and this is the other side, the ender receiver, which is perfect. And this is fairly fast with those 8 crafters below. And they're not crafters, but you know what I mean. So boom, done. Those are perfect. And you know, the quantum emission decompiler is pretty slick for doing those sort of recipes. You can triple your ores, but I don't have that big of a need for tripling ores. Now this makes the ink mixer from Mistcraft. And I've been misting this. Okay, I've been missing this because it's a fun little block, and I'm gonna put it over here. And you can see I've got things set up for it. I've got some bottles of ink, and that's pretty cheap. Any sort of black dye, and I went with pulverized coal because I got lots of that. A bottle and water. Oh, I didn't see this. That would make life much easier. Anyway, that gives you an ink bottle, and I'm going to toss that into here. Shift click, boom. Now I've got ink in here, and I get my precious bottle back, which is exactly what I want. Plus, I can take paper, and if I shift click that in there, if I pull it out, this is a link panel page. But I want to do some more stuff with it, and that's why I've got the pulverized gold with me. What I would like, this you could set up so that you can jump from dimension to dimension, which is very powerful, and I like that. However, what I would like is to be able to jump internally here in the overworld from place to place. And for that, I'm going to use a little bit of pulverized gold right there. And what did I get? Nope. That's not one. It does generate a platform, but that's not what I'm looking for. That in there? Oh, I clicked it wrong. Oh, intralinking though. That's exactly what I want. That is exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to grab a bit of leather. Let's grab a single piece of leather. And if you piece of leather with this one, the intralinking, that gives me an unlinked book. And I'm going to open this. This is the writing desk. I stole it from one of the villages, and they had some of these pages. But if I put the book in here, oh wait, no, it's got to be a linked book. All right, so here's where I need to go, because I want to get back up there, and this water column is very slow. So I'm gonna jump up here and edit this little piece out. Okay, there, finally. And then up here, I like starting up here because it means I can easily turn this on and off. Oh, and the fans are blowing me. Where can I go? Okay, this is not a bad spot right here because the fans are not blowing me. I'm going to stand right there. Do I want to look at that? Most of the time I want to come over the edge, and that's okay. That's where I want to be. So I'm going to be one back over. So this square, looking this direction, and I'm just going to right click my unlinked book. And now it's a linking book. And now I can go back home. And Asha's punching a chicken too. That's Elemental's joke about, too far, about the watering can disappearing. So I had to jump in. Okay, so now I can change this to mob farm. And let's pull that out. And I'm going to put that right here, because why not? And so now if I look at this and just click that, I just appeared right here, looking the direction that I left. I think the direction is the one you set, but I think the up and down is based off of where you're looking at the book. So because I have my book, well, that's interesting. I was looking down. I bet you I saved my home looking down. Nope. Okay. Anyway, if I were looking up, I would appear looking up or down, but instead I've got some pedestals on top of here to do that. So now I can get rid of that water column because that's really annoying. And I can just come up here, right click this, click it, and I'm up here really high where I can turn on my glider, and now I can go fly over to people's bases and visit people, because Mechley is a fairly, he's about 1,700 blocks in this direction, but it takes about a few minutes to drive over there, or fly over there. Glide, technically. And I love Featherfall on my boots because they're empowered. There's my golem still sitting over there. How much health do you have left? 70 out of 100. So I took 30 health from him to be able to fill up my 3 vials, which is fine. So that is fantastic. Now I've got this one, and it says generate platform. So if you appear someplace where it's a void, it will actually do that. It will generate a platform underneath you, which is nice. It won't generate a platform for you if you appear someplace where you've already been. This I'm going to set up because I like going visiting the Blaze farm that Torgal set up. And for that, it's a long run from spawn. But now I'm going to be able to avoid that because I'm going to set up a linking book right there. Now I will get rid of this warp that I'm going to make, or it's not a warp, but this linking book. I'll get rid of it when the rail system that connects the Blaze farm to the hub at the center of the Nether. I'll go ahead and redo that. That shouldn't be there. That shouldn't be there. I wonder how or why. Anyway, I'm going to take this and I'm going to stand back here. That one looks like a good spot. And look this direction. And because it shouldn't generate anything below me. But this will allow me to get back here really easily. But as soon as the rails in the Nether are set up, I'm not going to use this anymore. I was using one of my homes because I had 10. And then we realized that, you know, the admins on the server had 10 and everybody else had 1. And we said, nah, let's set everybody to 2. So that works much better. Anyway, let's go home. And let's rename this one. Oh, get rid of my glider. I'm glad to get rid of the long run because Blaze farm. Because I have been knocked off of the platform by spiders and whatnot so many times. One time I didn't have a glider, and that was bad. The other time, or the rest of the times, I actually had a glider, and so I was fine. I was able to get back on up and run the rest of the way. Just really annoying. So anyway, now I can go Blaze farm. And I'm right here. And because I've got solids underneath me, it didn't actually generate a platform for me. And thanks for Torgal, he just set this up so you just stand here and they get transported in. Oh, got a few bits. They get crushed over there when it's not open. Anyway, that's a quick way of getting blaze rods. They're so noisy. Blaze rods and experience, which is, yay, that's exactly what I've been using a lot for my Botania farm. There we go. That's all of it. All right, let's get out of here. I love being able to jump around. That's one of the things that I miss the most on a vanilla server is being able to get back home really fast. I like exploring far out and visiting people, but if I have to travel the entire distance, it makes me less inclined to, you know, go visit people. I go out and I stay. Is where I am. Anyway, so I've got 2 set up, and that makes me very, very happy. There's one other thing I wanted to do. Asha and Smash gave me these, and so let's go, because we were talking about you know, punching a chicken in here. I decided to take and set up a little nice spot for some of these creatures, and let's take this guy. And yeah, he's definitely not a duck. Definitely. And this guy, son of Mighty Duck. Yeah, we had an issue the first time we were playing this pack, and we won't talk about what was done, but it was totally Torgal's fault. Anyway, now I've got 2 guys up here. They have a nice large area. They've got water to swim in. Don't poop in your drinking water. Just saying, okay. They've got nice foliage in here. They have food. I will bring up the food for them. They got a bowl for their food. So they're fine up here, and they don't need to be murdered horribly by Torgal. Just saying. Anyway, that's what we've got those guys in place, and I'm just going to hear them quack all the time while I'm in the base. But that's okay, because now I can just run down here, and I can recover my health, and I can... I don't have to worry about eating food either. This is the point where I get my regen. Oh, that's weird. I don't get it standing on the carpet. Interesting. Okay, so if I stand here... No, it just did. It was just really slow. Okay. I did it perfectly the first time, and that's exactly how I play. 0 mistakes, 0 problems whatsoever. Sure. Anyway, I am glad now that I've got the environmental controller and the Mistcraft ink book. Making dimensions, I think, is blocked because we really don't need to do that. And as long as there's rail lines, I'm going to use the rail lines. But when there's no rail lines, I'm going to go ahead and use the books to jump place to place, just because that makes life a little bit easier for me. And I like that. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here, messing around on the Feed the Beast Infinity Involved Expert Mode on the FTOG server, and you can play here too. And thanks for watching. Bye.